howdy, meeps. Rigaroga here, trying to set the volume to the correct levels. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back. Hi, Rigaroga here. You're you. And this is D&D, solo, 5e. We're continuing the adventure. This is episode 2 of the Hunt for the Thessalhydra, which is the adventure that's included in the Stranger Things box set, starter set. And yeah, so we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna see if we can keep going. You may recall last time. So this is the book and the character sheets and everything. But I've also got D&D Beyond open up with the adventure, and I'm mostly reading from that. Monster cards that I use to keep track of stuff, and then character cards. And then since the last session, I added Winter's Dark Bite for the Paladin and the Wand of Magic Missiles for the Magic user. And of course, they all have the Rings of Protection and the healing potions as well. And what you'll recall is that we were going through the Troglodyte Caverns, and we were escorted to the door of the Cursed Labyrinth, and so we just got past that. And I think at this point, I mean, basically we open the door and we wave goodbye to our friends. The troglodytes, our good buddies, do the false Roman handshake, the one that they never actually did, but is in all the movies. And we said howdy and goodbye in just a few short moments. And actually, Resh is visiting me. This is my Russian blue Resh Kagol. Saying hello. Yeah, hi. Okay, no, you can sit in my lap. I know you don't like being in the. You don't like the limelight. You don't like the limelight. It's okay. You can sit in my lap. Anyhow, that's who I'm petting. Is Resh in my lap. We'll probably be visited by other cats. They've been really feisty today. I think as we enter the cavern, and close the door, we kind of have a little fade out, maybe. And I think, or a scene shift. And I think that what we see is in the forest outside the caverns. I think we like do a pan. Well, okay. So there's like this throne room where the troglodyte leader is, and I think that what happens is we sort of see a scene from like a bleak angle, like a strange angle, to the back of the throne. And we see the troglodytes doing their thing, and then we see one troglodyte sort of wander off towards the camera, and then the camera sort of pulls back into this dark alcove or whatever, and then some shadowy creature sort of grabs that troglodyte and then holds it still. And as we sort of are focused on, we have the throne room in the background, the chief, we have the troglodyte's head being grasped, and we see some tentacles reaching over the top of the troglodyte's head. And then we sort of have a camera pulls out from the dark of the cavern, the caverns, into the forest, and sort of does a pan over, and in the forest, underneath everything, we see, in the undergrowth and stuff, we hear sort of a rustling noise, and we we get closer. We kind of do like almost the Sam Raimi kind of movement through the forest with the camera, and then we rest on this sort of gelatinous stuff kind of slurping through the undergrowth, possibly towards civilization, and we're not entirely sure what it is, but it's moving, and it seems to be, it's sort of got the tendrils, and it's moving through the undergrowth. anyhow, so those are the things that we see between the between the time that the door is closed and we focus back in on the adventurers. Now, this is going to be a little bit weird. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work, but we're going to try. And I think we're just going to do let's just do marching order. So let's figure out marching order. I think Paladin is almost always going to be in the front. Paladin in front. Maybe, well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I'd put, what's passive perception? 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I mean, the ranger isn't actually a rogue, so he's going to... Okay, so what we're going to do, so Paladin is going to be in front, and then we've got Wizard, and then the Cleric is red, and then the Purple Bard, and then the green. So this is roughly our marching order. And I suppose actually I should do that in pen again. Here, let's actually get these out of here for now. Oh, bye, Rush. So this is our marching order. And we're pretty much going to be following that. I should have done it. I should have done it up here. Yeah, okay. I don't know how to do this exactly. Okay, actually, yeah, let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. Okay, so we've got this door in that we just came through, and let's go ahead and so we've got this door, and then it comes around. Okay. So that's where we're at. Okay. And I think we're probably mainly going to be doing Theater of the Mind. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so as the characters are have sort of entered the party has entered the caverns. The maze, it seems like what we've seen of it so far, it seems completely normal, with twisting and turning hallways that intersect and branch off and all of that sort of stuff. And so I think we're going to try and decide what to do. And I think if I recall correctly, what happened last time was that we had found this other door, and we had decided to go through that door. So we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna open that door and then go through it. Now, what happens next? And this is this particular episode is going to be one of the weird ones where solo doesn't really quite work very well, because we're going to have riddles and things like that as the DM, I know. As the characters, I don't. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to use insight rolls and things like that to simulate the players, the characters trying to figure it out, even though it's something I know the answer to because of the book. And so I'll talk through that when I get to it. But this is one of those things I think that doesn't work super well for solo. But we're going to try it anyway. So we're going to roll a d20 to see what happens next. And so let's go ahead and roll and see what is behind that door. So what's behind that door is 6 squares straight and then a left turn. So I think that they go through that door. I may have to do that. I may have to do this completely. Well, we'll get to a point, and then we're going to switch the theater of the mind, I think, is what's going to happen. And oh, okay. Sorry, I had forgotten how this works. Okay, so I think that, and they get to that corner, and then they look, and what do they see? What they see is, oh, I guess it was 1d6. Anyhow, so whatever, it doesn't matter. So they see a couple squares and then a left turn. And at this point, they're like, what the hell? It's looping back, right? And so then they go there, and then what do they see? 12. Oh, special encounter. Okay, so they round the corner, and then something happens. So what happens? It's a D6. 2. So they found treasure. So they're on the floor here. There's the remains of an ancient adventurer died trying to escape the labyrinth, and as the characters look at it, they roll to see what they find, and they find 27. Is that right? Yeah, 20. No. I think I flipped one accidentally. Anyhow, so they found 27 gold. And I'll just mark that down. And then they take a look again and see what the next thing is. Oop, that fell off, but it's an 11. So it goes straight and then goes to the right. So far, it doesn't seem like it's messed up yet. But so then they go there, and then they look again, and what happens next is a 6 straight and then a left turn. So it goes straight and then left. And then they go to that next one, and then they look, and it's a 14. Oh, excellent. And so what do they see around that corner, or at that corner? They see damaged walls. So the walls here show signs of damage, like some giant creature has hit the walls and sort of like shoved itself hulk-wise through the corridor here. And it's obvious from the size and from footprints that they've found evidence that the Thessalhydra has been here. And so that is definitely a good sign. I mean, in a way, it's a good sign. It's also a really bad sign, but they're gonna keep going. And let's see. And so then it goes straight, and then it goes to the left. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and, as they round that corner, I think this is when we switch to Theater of the Mind. We're gonna roll one more, and we're gonna do an 8. And so that's it goes straight and then to the left. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to let's see what we got with insight. Insight +2 +3 +4 +3. Actually, we've got +4 +4. So we got 2 +4s. So let's call it +4 with advantage, because their characters are helping. As they're, I think the characters would be talking to each other and looking at the map, going, "Wait a minute, this is starting to seem weird." So that's an 11 +4 is 15. A normal human sort of insight would be 10. I think a normal human would be going, this doesn't seem right. And then with the extra heroic, sort of almost heroic level of insight, I think that they realize that they're in some strange thing that's looping in on itself. Let's have the wizard do an Arcana check, I think. And I think maybe the bard. Yeah. Well, actually, the bard has better Arcana than the wizard does. Okay, so we're gonna do the bard and the wizard are gonna kibitz on an Arcana check to see if they can tell what's going on. And with advantage, that was less. They have no idea. It must, maybe they can't tell any magic effect that's going on, but still, it's obviously twisty and turny. And I think that with that insight, that the characters certainly would remember that they had been told about this cavern that was twisty and you get lost in it. And so now I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna take a piece of rope, like a rope, and sort of hold, like one character will hold it, and they're gonna split maybe, and just hold the 50 feet of rope, and one group, the front group is gonna stay where they are, and then this other group is gonna go back and just sort of see. Like they're going to test, like going around the corner. And so what they do is they go back to that previous corner and look. And they actually see that the corridor has changed to straight and then a four-way, a T intersection. So the labyrinth around the corner has changed. And so they come back and kibitz together, and realize that, it's just completely, it's turning out that this is completely random, and if we go back, it's just going to change. So we might as well just push forward and keep going, and see what we can find. So they're gonna keep going forward, and the next thing that they see going forward is a bunch of straight, and then more straight. A huge, long, straight corridor, and it keeps going, and it keeps going, and then there's a more, like, super long. This is clearly you know, running back into the previous map that they had gone. And then there's a left turn, and they go around that corner, and then it's straight and another left, and then it goes straight, and then there's a four-way intersection. I think they just decide to go straight from there and just keep going, and then it does the same thing. It goes straight, and then there's another four-way intersection, and they'll keep going straight. And 19, so that now they go through that, and then they come to a door. I think they'll go ahead and do a sort of a perception. Got +2, +3. So the ranger has good perception. Actually, the cleric has better. So I think the cleric and the ranger are going to work together to sort of listen at the door and see if they hear what they hear behind it. And actually, with the 6. What was it again? It's +4? No. That. Yeah, so that's, I mean, that wasn't great, but we'll go ahead and sort of. Yeah, +4. Well, that's a 10, so that's normal human. I don't think they really hear. Well, actually, let's roll. Let's roll really quickly to see what's behind that door. So there is actually something behind that door. What is it? Okay, so they don't hear anything behind the door. So they're going to go ahead and open the door and take a look behind and see what they see. Passive perception. 14, 12. Let's see how well this is. 18. No, it's really well hidden. Okay, so they're going to keep going down this corridor. Let's go ahead and have the paladin and the wizard make well, see, I don't understand. So it says, basically what it says here is characters must make a successful DC 12 intelligence investigation check to detect the trap. But the thing is, they aren't really looking for it. It's passive perception. Well, passive perception is 12. So do I say that he notices it? But it's intelligence investigation, so I don't. But they're not actually looking for it. Yeah, I don't know. I find that a little bit weird. I feel like what it should say is it should say something about the passive perception necessary to see that there's something wrong. But I rolled an 18 as the DM, so I'm saying that their passive perception's not high enough. So I think that they're going to actually fall into it. So the paladin sort of steps onto this pit trap. There's a pit trap that opens up right in front of him, and he's going to have to do a DC 12 dexterity check. So his dexterity is actually 0. So he's got to roll a 12 or above. To move past it? Yeah, the way this is written is not cool. So it says, basically, characters must make a DC 12 intelligence investigation check to detect the trap. So they have to have been investigating in order to detect it. But then it says, on a successful DC 12 dexterity check to safely move past it. But that doesn't say, like, to fall in. So I think he has to fall in. He just falls in. So I think the paladin just falls in and takes 6 damage. And then everybody's like, whoa, okay. And then and then it's easy to climb out of. So he climbs out the other side, and then so I think that we're gonna do a DC 12 check with the wizard to go next. And that is successful. He manages it with 1 point to spare. And then the cleric gives a try for dexterity. And that's a 9, but he's +3, so that actually is enough to get past it. And then I think that the bard goes next. And so we're going to go... we're going to... Oh, that was cocked. So 14, so that's successful. And then the ranger gives it a try, and the ranger gets a 15. So we get past that. Only the paladin fell in. So I think that what this means is that from now on, they're going to kind of be doing active investigation as they move. And so for the purposes of this solo, I will just go ahead and roll that investigation when it becomes necessary. But if this were like a real adventure, I would make them every single segment of the hallway, I would make them roll investigation. And okay, so what's next after the pit trap? 16. So go straight, and then there's a T intersection. Let's go left, I guess, and then see what's next. 15, same deal. And a 2, and then so straight, and then a dead end. Okay, so this is new. So they arrive like at the end of this thing, and then they get a dead end. So they're going to turn around and go to that T intersection and go to one of the other ways, and then from there it goes straight and then turns left, and then it goes straight and then turns right. And from there, it goes straight and then to a 4-way intersection, and I think they just go straight from there. And then there's another door. So they go ahead and they listen to the door with advantage. And that was awful. So we don't know what's behind that door. But let's go ahead. Ooh, a 20. So... So I think what they do is they... Hi, kitten. Hi, kitten. I think they open the door and it's a wall behind it. So I think they have to try and figure out. They have to decide. So yeah, actually, here let's go. Whoa! My chair just fell apart because I was trying to move around the cat. Oh no! Okay, there we go. Okay. Let me really quickly. Again, because this is my first time really running. There's no index, is there? Okay, that doesn't actually help. So let's go ahead and actually let's open up D&D Beyond and do secret door. Okay, that didn't work. Search everything. Secret door. So So do you just do a perception detecting? Okay, searching on secret door on D&D Beyond is useless. Skills perception. So I guess it's perception. Finding a hidden object. Okay. Well, that was not the first hit. That was significantly down, and in addition to that, it showed up a whole bunch of hits for sources that I don't have access to. Spot obscure things. So searches for a hidden object, such as a secret door or a trap. DM typically asks you to make a wisdom perception check. Okay, so I think our perception, we've got passive perception. It doesn't give me a DC on what this secret door would reveal. Yeah, so how do I don't know. So we're going to do, the cleric is going to try and do perception on this. And gets a 2, so that's useless. Perception, I think we had one other, we had a +3. So let's do our +3, which is the ranger. So the cleric tried, and then the ranger is going to try. And that's a 3. So yeah, they don't see anything. It's as far as they can tell, it's just a wall behind this door. So they're going to turn around and go back to the intersection and see what they can find next. Okay. So they turn around and they see it, I guess, so they turn around and they see another door. So they're going to go ahead and try and do, so now they're in a corridor that ends at both ends. And a 3, and then a 10 plus a 14. So I think, I don't know what the DC on a secret door is, and it doesn't tell me in the adventure. So, but they got more than human. Not heroic, but they did pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and give it, because they're gonna keep looking at it until they figure it out. But that there's actually a secret door, so they're gonna open that door and then keep going. That's really weak. The way it's written is not great, because the table says, but also add a secret door, but add a secret door to what? It should say, like, the corridor continues and then ends in a secret door. Ends in a dead end that is a secret door or something like that. And that the secret door is DC, like, 15 or something like that. So we got a 7. So it goes straight and then turns left. And then straight and then turns right. and then a door, and so they'll do the listening. 19, and behind the door is nothing, so they'll open the door and keep going. And there's a 4, and then it goes straight, and then a dead end. And so I think at this point, I think at this point they're starting to freak out a little bit. I mean, honestly, they're kind of going, okay, I don't want to be lost in here forever. I mean, we've run into, some stuff, but we haven't seen any evidence of the Thessalhydra. So maybe this attempt to go forward is not the best way. So I'm trying to decide, what would they do? Would they give up and turn around? I think the paladin is like, no, we got to keep going forward, and the rest of them are kind of like, I don't know. Okay, let's keep going for just a little bit longer, and then if we don't find anything, then we're going to try turning around. And the paladin's like, fine, that's fine. So it goes straight, and then goes to a dead end. So they turn around, and they're kind of like, so, this thing about turning around, we're being turned around anyway. So I'm not sure that changes anything. I think they're going to do perception checks and everything on this anytime they hit these dead ends, and try and see secrets. It doesn't matter what they roll this particular time, so I'm just going to go ahead and fiat that. So it goes straight to an intersection. And then straight, and then turns left, and then a 17, so it goes straight, and then a 4-way, and they are going to try going straight again, and then 4 goes straight, and then they run into something, and so they find another dead adventurer. And it's going to be 3d20 of gold. So that's 23, 30, 32. So that's 32. So 27, 32 gold. So I think then they look at each other and they're like, okay, obviously we found something new. So, this is actually, like, we're not completely, like, we're finding things that exist. So if we just continue, then we're going to find stuff. So for the sake of, I think what they've decided is that they're going to tough it out, because they know that things are changing, but they're discovering things as they go. And I think they're just going to keep going. And I think that they keep going for another. Yeah, it takes 9 more rolls for them to find the next thing. And what they find is they run into some troglodytes. So what happens here is that they round a corner. And they find 4 troglodytes right in front of them. And it's a band of troglodytes. And they, what it says is that they've been trapped in here, and they're mad with hunger. And so, they run into each other. Let's roll initiative. Haha. Okay, so let's see. So wizard plus 2, 15, 16, 17. So the wizard is 17. Ranger is 10. Paladin is 15. Cleric is 6. Ranger, or I mean Bard. Oh, wait. No, that was Ranger Bard. Okay, Bard is +3, 13. And then where do the Troglodytes go? 11. Okay, I don't remember exactly, but that's the order. Okay, so this is our first time. So the wizard is going to go first. Let's see. Then they've got that magic missile. So I'm kind of thinking we might go with, let's take a look at Thunderwave. No, I think he's going to use the wand. He's going to use the magic missile wand, saving Thunderwave for something better. So he's going to do bolts, and there are 4 troglodytes. Okay, we're going to grab some note cards. So let's see, we got 4. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use. Let's see, we've got 7 charges, so we're gonna do 4 of them. There's no actual. It's just an action, instantaneous, no save, force damage. So it's 1d4 plus 1 damage. 1, 5, 3, 4, and 3. And they've got 13. Okay, and so I think that's the action. Cantrips. Ray of Frost? Is that can I do that as a bonus action? Ray of Frost, 1 action, no. Well, I think he might cast as a bonus action Mage Hand. No, it's an action. Okay, no, he won't do that. Okay, so nope, I think he's done. And so we're gonna go ahead and go to the paladin. I think the paladin is going to come out swinging. I don't think he'll use divine smite, but I think he's going to take a. Think he's going to go for the. God, that's so annoying. That the troglodytes aren't linked. So we'll leave that open. Yeah, it's kind of annoying because they're in my initiative order, but then I can't look at them. So it's AC 11. So he needs to get AC 11, but he's got Greatsword +1, and +5 bonus to attack. So +5 +1 is +6. So we're going to go ahead and roll to attack. Oh god, it's a fumble. So he whiffs it completely. Completely misses it. So then the ranger, I think. Let's see what the ranger does. Well, I think he's going to take a ranged attack. Since he's way in the back, he's going to shoot through. So he's going to get a +6 to hit. And +2 on attack rolls made with a weapon. Oh, it's included. Okay, it's included in that +6. So we're going to give him a +6 on this roll to hit the first trog. So that's a 13. It definitely hits. So he's going to do 1d8 +2 piercing. So 8, 9, 10 on that first one. So that first one is dead. Like the arrow flies through its eye. So that's so the first one is dead. And that is everything from the ranger. So now that troglodytes attack. They do not have any ranged. So I think, we're going to get stuck like this. I'm going to say that there's 2 in front, and then the rest of them are kind of stuck behind in the corridor. So it's a multi-attack. Oh my god. So a bite and 2 claws. So we're going to roll 3d20 against the paladin. Armor class 16. So they got to get 16 or above. And they got... So there's 2, and one of them is a critical. So this was the bite, and these are claws. So the claws are... Oh, and it's a +4. So that's actually 16 as well. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, so the bite is 1d is four hit points. Paladin is -10. And then the claws is 4 is doubled is 8. So that's -18. And then the other hit is 4, so that's 26. Is down 26. Oh my god. So he's down to 28. Wow. Oh my god. So the second the Troglodyte is going to attack. I think the Paladin is going down. So the second Troglodyte in the front row is going to attack 3 times. 1 bite and 2 claws. And only 1 claw... No, wait. It's +4? Actually, yeah. So only 1 claw manages. And so that's going to be another 4 damage. And that does indeed take the Paladin down to 0. And then that's it for the Troglodytes. So what can the Bard do? Let's see. I think the Bard is just gonna. I think the Bard is gonna rush up to the front. And just try to get between the Paladin and them. And then attack with the rapier to number 2. So let's go ahead. We're going to attack with the rapier. So +4 is 6 is 10, and that is not enough to hit. So that is a whiff. And so now we've got the cleric. Come on, you cleric, let's go. So the cleric. Okay, it's a little annoying. The sheet doesn't actually give spells. You're supposed to pick those before we start, so I kind of screwed that up. Particularly effective. Creature regains an additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So let's see. First or second? So let's see. Cure wounds. Cure wounds is first. So we're gonna increase that spell casting modifier. What is my spell casting modifier? What is spell casting modifier? Spell casting ability modifier. Oh, it's the ability modifier. I see. Which would be wisdom, and wisdom is +2. Okay, so 2d8. So 2d8 +4. So 12. So the paladin is back to 12. And then that's the cleric up. So then we're back at the top of the turn order. So the wizard is going to go ahead and do... three magic missiles from the wand. So 1d4 +1. So 1d4 +1 is 2, so that's 5. 1d4 is 4, +1 is 5, so that's 9. And then 1d4 +1 is 4, so that's 7. So not quite enough to kill those, but that was good. Now, the thing about that is that Wand of Magic Missiles, last charge on a 1d20, it's destroyed on a critical fail. So let's roll and see if this wand fizzles out. So the wand is actually, it got a 6, so it is not dead, but it is out of charges, and it'll regain them at dawn. Okay, so the wizard is done. Now the paladin has a chance to go. So I think the paladin steps up into the front line and takes a swing at Troglodyte 2. And so we're going to do +5 +6. So we're going to do +6 to hit. 14 is definitely enough, so that hits. So we're going to do 2d6 slashing. And that's 11. That is enough to kill that troglodyte. Let's see. The ranger is going to do... Oh, wait. Did I screw that up? I did. Well, I mean, that was definitely enough to hit him. Let's see. Ranger, wizard... So that was the paladin. Wizard, paladin. I don't know how that happened. Okay, anyhow, so the ranger is next, and the ranger will go with the longbow is +6 to hit. So we're going to try and hit number 3. So +6. 12 is plenty, so that definitely hits. 1d8. 1d8 +2 piercing. So that's 4 and 6. And that is enough to kill that one. And now, okay, now the Troglodyte's up. So there is only one Troglodyte left, but it's starving to death. So it's going to keep attacking, and I think it's in front of whichever purple is, which is the Bard. So it is going to do its 3 attacks against the Bard. Let's go ahead and roll, and it's +4 melee. And the Bard is 13, so it's actually going to hit with all 3. And so let's see. The bite is going to do 4. So Bard is -4. And then it does another 8. So that's actually -12. And so he's about half health, that Bard is. And then that's all that Troglodyte can do. Now the Bard is going to attack that one with the Rapier. It's +4 to hit, so we're going to he's going to try and carve this this guy. And he got a critical fail. That's a 1. So he whiffed it completely. And now the Cleric is going to go. And I think the Cleric is red, is going to use the light crossbow and try and hit from there. So we're going to do a +5 to hit with the crossbow. 8, and that is actually enough with the +5. So we're going to do 1d8 +3 piercing. And then 6, and that is enough. That is enough to kill it. Exactly enough to kill that. So the last Troglodyte is dead. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna take a few moments, I guess, to recoup and refigure things out. And so I think the Paladin is going to use their healing potion, and then the Bard is going to use their healing potion. Let me try and remember. Potion of healing, 2d4 + 2. Five, 6, 7. So that's 19. And then one more. And so that's 5, 6, 7. So 7. So -5. Okay. So that encounter's done. Ta-da! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Sweet. Okay, so we definitely realized that stuff is going weird in this place. So let's go ahead and we're gonna roll another d20 and a d6, and it's how many turns it takes, how many corners it takes to find the next thing. So it takes 5 until we find more troglodytes. Oh my god. Okay. And here we go. Okay, let's roll initiative. 13 and 19, so Troglodyte is 13 and 19. And the next two, 5 and 10. And the next two, 2 and 1. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is going to be a slaughter. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay. Well, the paladin is going to go and attack this first one. So it's going to be plus 6. And that's a 2, and so he whiffs it. So a paladin. And then the troglodyte. So he's going to go down, I bet. So we're going to get 2 troglodytes in the front row again. And they're going to roll their multi-attack. 1 bite and 2 claws. Oh my god, that's a critical. So that's not a success. Yeah, so this is the only one. So 1 claw. So does 8. So that's 11. And then the other one is going to roll and try. 1 bite is successful. And the other... Wait, is it? Yeah, it is. So a bite is successful. And so, but that's just another 4. So that's 7. And then it is Cleric's turn. I guess Cure Wounds at 2nd level. 2d8 plus 2, right? 2d8 plus 4. .2d8 plus 4. So that is 14 plus 4 is 18. So that is, I think, enough to take him back all the way up. No, no. Wait, what? Hold on. 14, 18, 21 plus 4 is 26. Yeah, so it's 26. Anyhow, we'll go with 26. We'll call it 26. Almost full health, which is good. And then, so we're going to go with the wizard. And I think that the wizard is going to do Thunder Wave. It's an action. It's a 15-foot cube, instantaneous. Wave of Thunder Force, 15-foot cube. On failed save, a creature takes 2d8, so Constitution save, and is pushed 10 feet away. Successful save, creature takes half of the damage. So I think he's going to cast it as... second level? Yeah, I think he's going to cast that as second level. So that's going to be 2d8. Okay, so we're going to do saves. We need to do Constitution saves. Con is 2, so first save is... Oh, wait, what is my DC? 13. So plus 2, that's not enough. Fail. Fail. That's a success. And that is a success. So the first 2 take full damage. 2d8. So the first one is dead. The second one takes 6. And they're pushed 10 feet. So now it's the other 2. So it pushes them 10 feet away. So it takes 5. And takes... 6. So that was pretty good. That was actually pretty good. Let's see. Oops, wand of magic missiles. So the bard. The bard is next. What all does the bard have? So the bard, purple, is gonna, I think, rush up and try and do the rapier against... oh, one of these is dead. That's right. Against number 2. Okay, that was a 1, so that is a fail. Utter waste of time. And so then the ranger is next. And the ranger is going to use short bow against number 2. Or longbow, I mean. So plus 6. And that is enough to hit. So 1d8 plus 2. 7, 8, 9. That is enough to kill it. Number 2 is dead. And now we're back up to the paladin. And the paladin... Did I skip the cleric somehow? Where's the cleric? Cleric should be right behind the paladin. I think I may have skipped the cleric last time. Anyhow, so the paladin is going to try and step up and attack the one that's in the back. With the long sword, and that's going to be a plus 6. Okay, that's an 8 plus a 6. That is actually enough. So we're going to do 1d8 plus 3. No. It's Sorry, wrong weapon. It's 2d6 slashing. So that's 5. So that takes him to 11. Not quite enough to kill him. Could have done better. Could have done better. And now the troglodytes are going to go. So I think this troglodyte is going to go for here, and this one's going to go for the purple. So let's see. We're going to roll the 3. And that is going to be against Paladin, is 19. So that's 1 success. So that's a claw for 4. So that's 22. And then the other one is going to roll against purple, which is Bard, right? Which one is that? Yeah, that's the Bard. Is AC 13. Okay, so... oh, AC 14. Oh, I forgot to... I was forgetting to add that. Oh, well, we'll do it now. So 14. A bite and that both hit. So the Bard is going to take 4 and 4 is... Okay. So that is 13. So the Bard is down to 13. And that is the end of those 2 troglodytes. So, Paladin. Now the Cleric is going to use light crossbow plus 5 to attack number 3. So that's 13 plus 5. That's plenty to hit. We're going to do 1d8 plus 3. So that's 6. Oh, shoot. Well, so he's down to 11. Not quite enough to kill him. Then the Wizard is going to go... and I think we're going to do Ray of Frost, an attack plus 5 against number 3. So Ray of Frost is 7 plus 5. That is enough to hit. We're going to do 1d8 of cold. And that's enough to kill it. So he freezes up and then falls over, dead. And then the Bard is going to attack the remaining one with his rapier. That's going to be a plus 4 to hit. 5 and 9, that is not enough. So they miss. That's a disappointment. And then the Ranger is going to go with the longbow. Plus 6 to hit. Come on, no whammies. Oh my god, it's a 3. So he misses as well. And now we're back up to the Paladin. So Paladin is going to swing at plus 6. Is a 10. That is not enough to hit him. Man, seriously? Fudge. Okay, so Troglodyte is going to try and attack the Paladin. And has to get a 20. But he's got plus 4. Fail. Fail, fail. Completely whiffs it. Excellent. Good news. So the Cleric is going to hit with the crossbow. Plus 5. Whoops. Woo. As it flies off. Hey, Magical Doctor. How you doing? How's it going? Sorry I wasn't paying attention to chat. So the Cleric is attacking this Troglodyte with a light crossbow. So plus 5 is 10. That is not enough. Man, we're just whiffing it. Okay, so Wizard is next. Let's go with Ray of Frost again. That's a +5. And that is a cantrip. But we're going to try and hit him. +5. And that is a 9 +5. That is enough to hit. And so we're going to do 1d8 cold. Wow, are we going to get 2 of them with cold? That'd be pretty cool. Is 8. So this last one also freezes up and then falls over dead. Okay, wow. That was cray-cray. I do not like running into the troglodytes. I just have to say that running into the troglodytes sucks. That is not fun. What do you think, Magical Doctor? Do you like troglodytes? Do you like running into troglodytes in the hallway? Oy vey. So I think someone is going to give the bard one of the potions, and so we're going to try and add up. So 5 + 4 is 9. So we're going to give him, what did I say? 9. So he's only down 4. Okay, so now we're going to continue on this twisty, windy, changing Cursed Labyrinth. And it's going to take, let's see how many corners it takes to run into the next thing. It takes 9 corners to run into the next thing, and the next thing is treasure. So we find another dead adventurer, and then we search the dead adventurer and find 30 more gold. And then let's roll the next one and see how long it takes to the next one. Okay, it takes 11 corners to run into the next thing, and the next thing are skeletons. Ugh. Okay. Okay, here's my skeletons. Let's roll initiative. Okay, skeleton in the first 2. Skeleton is 12, and wizard is 12, and bard is 5. 8 and 9. Oops. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. And then one last one is 4. Okay, so cleric is last, which is really a pain in the butt because the cleric has, of course, turn undead. So that would have been useful to have at the top of the list. But let's go ahead. Let's go with the wizard. Now, the sucky thing is that I think there's actually 8 of these bastards. There are 8 of these. And let's see, 13 and 13. Ugh, God, this is awful. I think after this we may end up taking a long rest, just sort of camping out in these hallways. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got the skeletons in front, and in this corridor, only 2 things can sort of stand. But I think, do they have range? They do. They have short bow. So the ones in back, oh my God, this is going to be awful. Okay, let's try this. This is not going to go well. This may be the end. Okay, so the wizard, I think, is going to cast Thunder Wave. So we're going to try really high, and we're going to cast it at second level. Except that I may not have I may not have a second level. Four first levels, 2 seconds. Okay, so I have this one more second level to cast. So I'm going to use my last second level to cast Thunder Wave, and they're going to save on Constitution. So what are skeletons' Constitution is +2. Okay, so the first 3. So the first 3 are +2. Let's see. Spell DC 13. Save, no save. Okay, so then let's do... that's 2d8, right? Yeah, 2d8. Oh, no, it's 3d8. Oh, I wasn't doing that right the last time. I should have done more damage. Okay, so half of this is 5. And half of this is 4. And all of this is enough to kill it. Wow, so we got 1. That's good. Okay, so the next 3. So no, yes, no. So all of this 10. Half of this is 10. Wow, that was a good one. And then all of this is 11. And then 2 more rolls. And they both fail. So all of this... Oh, and that kills it. It's dead. And then all of this... And it kills it. That one's dead. Oh, sometimes having a glass cannon is a good thing. So that actually helps. So now the skeleton, unfortunately, and you know they're some of them are blasted back. So, but I think that they're going to advance front. So front 2 are going to do short sword. So the front 2 are going to do short sword at +4. Both of those fail to hit the paladin. So the next one is a short bow. So that was 2. So we're going to do 3 is going to short bow the wizard. Armor class 12. And that was a critical hit, unfortunately, so that's 10 damage. So wizard is 10. Yikes. And then, so number 4 is going to short bow the bard. and that's a 12. Plus 4 is a hit, so that's going to do 4 damage. So the bard is now down to 8. And the 5th one is going to attack the cleric. AC 19. So I don't think he's going to hit him. 12 plus 4, that's not enough, so he misses that. And then the last one is going to attack green, which is the ranger at 17. So plus 4, 15 is 19. That is enough to hit the ranger. So the ranger is going to take 4. So ranger is now minus 4. Okay, that is all of the skeletons. So it is now the bard's turn. So the bard is going to step up, I think, and attack number 1 with his rapier. So plus 4. 7 is not enough, so that is going to be a miss. Paladin is going to go. And that's going to be plus 6 to hit. And that does hit. And then we're going to do 2d6. 2d6 slashing is 10 against, that was against 4, right? Yeah. So that's plenty. So 2 is dead. Okay, and Ranger now is going to attack, I think, with that longbow. So let's attack with a plus 6. And that's not enough. A 9 is not enough. So the Ranger is tapped. Cleric is going to attack with that crossbow. Plus 5. So that's an 11 plus 5. That is enough to hit. So we're going to do 1d8 plus 3. Is an 8 plus 3 is plenty to kill that guy. So number 1 is dead. And then the wizard is up. I think the wizard is going to do Ray of Frost, since that worked out really well. So that's plus 5 to hit. 14 and 5 is plenty, so we're going to do 1d8 cold. And that was only a 1, so this one is down to 11, has 11 damage. Very, very close. That was less satisfactory than it could have been. And unfortunately, I think that means the skeletons are back, but there's only 3 of them now. So what are they going to do? So the one is going to attack. So red is top. Red is going to attack the paladin, and 12, that is not enough to hit, and 10 is not enough to hit the bard. So both of those are a miss, and then the one in back is going to shoot a short bow at the... I think he's going to go for the paladin. And so we're going to try and hit with plus 4. Wow, he actually did roll a 19 plus a 4 is enough to actually hit the paladin. So the paladin is going to take 4 damage. So that's going to take him down to 18. And that's all of the skeletons. Woof. Okay. So now the bard is up. So I think the bard is going to attack with the rapier +4 against the skeleton that's right in front of him. So that's a nat 20. Whoop, 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 whoop. That is pretty awesome. So that's 1d8. So 12 plus 2. I mean, he's toast. He's absolutely toast. Absolutely shish-kebabbed. I mean, he does like a Zorro Z in him. Shoop, slop, 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 slop. Although, I guess technically... No, they're vulnerable to bludgeoning, not piercing. But he, like, I guess he basically, like, swishes through all the tendons in the skeleton, and it just falls into all the different pieces. Okay, so now the skeleton is up. I mean, the paladin is up. Paladin is going to go for... Winter's Dark Bite broadsword, taking a swing. Swing and a miss. Ugh. And let's see. Ranger is going to use the longbow again. And is +6. So you're going to try and do 4. Well, actually, he's going to try and shoot the one in the back. So he's going to try to shoot a 6. So that's an 11 plus... that is plenty. That is enough to hit. So we're going to do 1d8 plus 2 piercing. And it hardly matters. It's enough to kill that guy. So there is one skeleton left. Cleric is going to use a crossbow. Crossbow. And +5. And that is barely enough, a 9 plus 5. But we're going to do 1d8 plus 3 piercing. 1 plus 3 is actually, it turns out, enough, but it was barely a glancing blow. So, like, the bolt from the crossbow, like, slams into the side of the skeleton's skull, and it just, like, like, it's just enough, like, the weakened neck. So, the skeletons are dead. Woo! Oh, man. Wow. Okay. Well, let's hope I don't need that again. Okay, so how are we doing? We're feeling it. We're starting to feel really weak. Everybody's a bit damaged. So we've used 2. We have 5. No, we've used 3. So we have 2. So 2d4 plus 2. Okay, so the ranger is back up to full. And the wizard is only down to -3. And that is all of the healing potions that we have. Oh, that is not great. That is not great. Okay, so I think, I'm trying to decide, like, if the next dead end, we just sort of, like, create a camp at the next dead end and take a long rest. So let me see. Okay, the red is going to be how far I have to go in order to get to the next dead end. So I have to go 12 to get to the next dead end. And we're going to roll 2, and then I get a 5. Oh my god, I go around 2 corners and then run into another set of skeletons. Okay, but this is down to 10, so I need to go 10 more in order to get to a dead end. Okay, well, let's bring the skeletons back. And let's roll initiative. Okay, skeletons are at 8. And cleric is at 11. Wizard is at 1. Next 3 are 15 and 9 and 7. Okay, so 8 more skeletons. Oh my god. Okay, so let's see what we got. So the bard. I think leaps up into the front to block the way, and then attacks with the rapier at +4 against number 2. So +4 is not enough, so that's a whiff. Cleric is going to attack with the crossbow. Oh, wait. Turn undead. Okay, hold on. When you use turn undead, each undead that you can see or hear, you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw, DC 12. If it fails, it is turned 1 minute or until it takes 1 damage. A turned creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away as it can from you. Okay, so, well, we're going to do DC 12. So the first 3, we're going to turn undead. And DC 12. So 1 failed. So number 2 is turned. And then the next 3. God, what the hell? Okay, so another 1 is turned. And then only 2 more. And those oh wait, what are the skeleton wisdom? -1. Okay, yeah, so those all 3 fail. No, those 2 fail. Okay, so those ones are turned and will be gone for a minute. Okay, so first skeleton is going to attack with sword, short sword, +4 against 20 is not going to be enough. And then against the bard is not, oh wait, actually, oh shoot, that is enough. Okay, so bard takes, 5 damage. It's down to 13. Oh no! And then short bow. Okay, so short bow. 1 and 3, and then so we've got 4 is attacking with short bow against the paladin and fails. And then the next one is going to attack the bard. Plus 4 to attack, and that is enough. So the bard is going to take another 5 damage. Jiminy Christmas. So that's 18. And that's actually it. That's it. Okay. The rest are running. Okay, so Paladin is going to... Paladin is going to attack with the Winter's Dark Bite. So we're going to do +6 to hit. And that's a 16 plus 6 is plenty. And so we're going to do 2d6 slashing damage against 1 is only 5. Well, that is an annoyance. So the Paladin is done. Ranger. Is going to use longbow +6 against 1. That's a 16 plus 6 is plenty. 1d8 plus 2 is 8. And that's enough to kill number 1. So 1 is dead. 2, 5, 7, and 8 are running. And Wizard... I think Ray of Frost against 1. No, against 3. So +5 to hit is enough, just barely. So that is good. 1d8 cold. So this one takes... Number 3 takes 2 of cold damage, which is excellent. And now we're back up to the bard. And the bard is going to... So there's only 3 left. So the bard is going to attack the one in front of it with the rapier. So +4 to hit. 10. That is not enough. So the bard whiffs it. Cleric is going to go with the crossbow for +5 to hit. Against number 3. That is not enough to hit. Yeah, 10 is not enough to hit. And now it is the skeleton's turn again. So skeleton number 3 is going to attack the paladin and misses. The other one is going to attack the bard. 9. I don't think that's enough. 13. Oh crap! It is enough. Okay, well, so the bard takes another 5. That's 23. So we're down 23. Oh, geez. Yeah, we're down to our last couple of hit points there. And then, so the last skeleton is going to attack You know what? Does the paladin have channel yet? I'm an idiot. I should have been using Divine Smite. Oh well, we'll do that next. So I think that the skeleton is gonna try and hit the bard and try and take him out. That's a 4 plus 4 is not enough to hit. So the paladin is gonna go and use Divine Smite. He probably could do turn undead, but. Yeah, not using Divine Smite was stupid, but so we're going to try and attack +6 against skeleton number 3 is 10 plus 6 is plenty, and we're going to Divine Smite that, so that's 2d8 plus a d6 because it's undead, and plus 2d6 for the actual weapon damage. So all of this is plenty to just completely wipe out that skeleton. So that skeleton is dead. And then Ranger. So the Ranger is going to attack with the longbow again, +6 to hit. 16, that's plenty. And so it's going to be 1d8 plus 2 piercing. 2 plus 2 is 4, so that's 4 damage on 4. And then the wizard is going to do our Ray of Frost at +5. Is not enough. And our bard is going to attack with the rapier +4. Is 19, that's plenty. So 1d8 plus 2 piercing is 2 plus 2 is another 4. So that's 8 total. And then cleric is going to shoot crossbow +5. 13, that is enough. 1d8 plus 3. 7, nice. So that's 10. So yeah, he was at 8. He's definitely, so 4 is definitely dead. And now it is Skeleton's turn again. Skeleton was already shooting short bow, so I think they're going to try to do that again and try and hit that paladin. And that's a 3. Even with a +4, that's not enough. And the paladin is going to rush up and attack with Divine Smite. Well, we'll see if it's... so that's a 10 plus a 6. That is enough. So that's going to be 2d6 plus a d6. Plus 2d8, right. Plus 2d8. Should be dead. Oh my god. God dang it. It has 1 hit point left. Oh, wow, that sucked. What the hell was even that? Okay. so so even with all of those dice, it still has 1 hit point left. Okay, so let's use this longbow. Let's finish it off. Let's finish it off. 7 plus 6, that is enough. 1d8 plus 2 piercing is enough. So we have killed that. These other ones are running. So we're going to turn around the other way. And we've got 10. We've got 10 to go until we get to a dead end. So we're going to go ahead and roll and see what our next thing is. So in 7, we find the lost knight. Oh, yes! Okay, so after that fight, we're like we're just desperately trying to find like a dead end so that we can, hole up and do a long rest. And we get 7 turns into it, trying to find another dead end, and we run into, all of a sudden in front of us is this figure dressed in a full suit of armor, and at the far end of the long hallway like 60 feet from the group, and says, "I know your quest is to slay a great monster. I'll help you if you solve 2 riddles. The first is simple. At my heels you nip, in this game we play. But cursed is the maze, or lost am I. So who's chasing whom, or who's to say? The front is the back, hello is goodbye." So basically it does a, not Karl Marx, but a Groucho Marx. "Hello, I must be going." Dancing in the hallway. I'm gonna do an insight. I'm gonna do insight checks. Just sort of, I don't know who. +3, +3, +2. Here's a +4. And a +4. So I'm gonna do a insight +4 with advantage. Now this is an example of, where solo doesn't really work very well because it's kind of a puzzle, and because I have the thing, what I'm trying to simulate with this roll, this insight roll, is whether the characters figure out what's going on without my help as the player, right? So we're gonna roll with advantage insight. And that is just not, I don't think that's enough. I think it would have been like a 15. So I think what they're going to do, yeah, I think they're just going to, I think they're going to keep going, they keep running for like, well, they go one more and they see the knight, at the corner taunting them. Let's do another insight check after seeing that the way this is going is they round the corner and the knight is at the other corner. They're not gaining on him and he's playing with them. And so do they figure out the insight? So 13 plus 4 is definitely DC 15 enough. So that they sort of, no, hold up, and then they like whichever, I don't know which one it is. It's like the paladin or the bard or somebody goes, "No, hold up, this is weird. This is a puzzle," and turns around and says, "Go back the other way," and they immediately run into a new room. And so there's the far side, like they go in, and there's this room now, And at the far side there's a doorway, and the knight is standing. "You solved my first riddle," he says. "Now you can find the missing piece to finish my collection." He points to the to 3 shelves that are above the doorway, that's on that other side. Then he steps through the door, which closes and locks. You can hear it latch. And the first 2 shelves each have 2 small statues, and the third has only 1 statue. So as we're looking at this, and I think this is a full room. So I think like this is the thing that we were looking for a long rest. But what we're doing is we're gonna, so we close the other door, and so we're in the room and it's closed. And I think we blockade the door, that other door. We try the door that the knight went through, and it's locked. And we try a couple times to try and pick it, and it just doesn't work. And then we start looking at the collection. And the shelf 1 has statues of a man with a crown and a bag of coins. And the second shelf has a woman with a crown and a jar of honey. And then the third shelf has a common woman wearing an apron and an empty space for a second statue. And in the room, there's a large table covered with a bunch of small statues. There's a cake, a pie, a spinning wheel, a basket of laundry, a plate with a steak, toy soldier, a sword, and 24 sculptures of crows. And I think in here also is a silvery cat. There's one of the statues is of a silver cat, a silvery cat. Now, here's another way that going solo with riddles doesn't really work very well. But it's also true that growing up, I did not learn nursery rhymes at all. It just was not part of my my childhood. And so I actually, as I was reading this, I didn't figure it out until I didn't even have any clue until I read the actual solution bar. So I'm gonna use insight again. We're gonna do advantage +4 for insight. No, history. Let's do history. Hopefully somebody's got history. So we got a +3, a +3, +3. So the cleric has +3 and proficiency. So we're gonna go +3 with advantage, and we're gonna see what we come up with. 11 +3 is not enough to get to 15. So I think that they figure out they will need to complete the collection, but they pick up like one of them, like the toy soldier, because it's a king and a queen, and no, wait, yeah, actually, it doesn't actually tell you what the solution is. Okay, so I'm even gonna have to look it up again because I don't know it. Okay, so a king and a maid in the garden, hanging clothes. So it's it's the laundry basket. That's what it was. Okay, so no, it does. Solution: the basket of laundry. Right. So the insight wasn't enough. Now what happens is they try something. Like say the soldier, and they put that on there, and when they put the soldier on, everyone takes the room lights up with lightning, and everybody takes 1d4 of lightning damage. 3 damage to everybody. Wow, crap. And so we're gonna roll insight again to see how well we do. 16. Oh, so I think at that point, the cleric is like, wait, this is a nursery rhyme. Apparently, it's the same nursery rhyme in whatever realm this is. Hi. my crappy chair just fell apart. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay. Well, so leaning back in this chair is not a good idea. Oh man. Okay. Anyhow, they solve it. I need a real chair. All right. Anyhow, so I think that when they figure out that it's a nursery rhyme, moving along. Nobody saw that. Nobody's watching anyway, right? So it's just me. Yeah, it really is just me. So anyhow, I'll probably highlight that. So the cleric figures out that it's actually the laundry basket, and then puts it on the shelf, and then the knight, the door unlocks, and the knight comes through, and it congratulates everyone on completing this second rhyme, and then they have a conversation. The knight, I guess. I guess he gives them food, and they have a long rest. I think they just stay in this, where this night is in here, and this is just the area. And so they sack out, they rest, and they swap stories and say what they're doing. And the knight explains actually this Cursed Labyrinth isn't in the regular world. It's built on a demiplane, and that the Thessalhydra has found a way to push through the Cursed Labyrinth to a place called the Upside Down. And the Lost Knight then shows the characters how that function is done, but that warns that it's a one-way passage, and they'll have to find their way home from the other side, that they can't do that, that they can't come back the same way. And so I think at this point, I'm going to go ahead and call it, after I completely embarrass myself by falling over. And I'm going to call it. They're going to have a long rest, wining and dining with the Lost Knight, and preparing for the next phase of the adventure, where they're going to end up going into the Upside Down. So thanks for that. This was an interesting section of it that really doesn't fit well with playing solo, but it was, I still had fun. I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you thought it was interesting to watch. But I still had fun, sort of, playing around, and part of it is figuring out how to play it solo. So anyhow, thanks so much. And I will see you next time for episode 3. Bye. Or actually, hold on. We got to find the right button. Okay, here we go. So long. See you later.